Come on in the room. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody. Funky Bunch, we are in the building. Welcome back to the Thursday night episode of Funky Dineva Live. This episode is being brought to you guys by Afro Unicorn. Afro Unicorn for all of your little girls' hair care needs. You got a little bald-headed little girl who edges won't grow. She needs some moisture. She needs all that other good old stuff. Go ahead and get her some Afro Unicorn products. And you can use promo code Funky25 to get your little piece of percent off when you go to the Afro Unicorn website. That's afrounicorn.com. Y'all see me? I'm giving a little hip-hop realness today. Because, see, last time I checked, and I may be confused, but I thought a bitch said I ain't had no pieces. I thought a bitch had said I ain't got no pieces. Y'all making me sick because y'all know I absolutely hate getting dressed to come down to this damn cubicle job, okay? Y'all should see me in that damn closet. I be in there mixing and matching and pulling and tugging, trying to find something to wear. And then what I'm going to have to do is start putting the stuff that I wear to one side of the closet so I don't go back and pull that stuff again. And you know what? This creates a perfect opportunity. If there are any Black fashion designers out there who would like to get some advertising by sending me some pieces that I can keep, that I do not have to pay you for, that I can wear on the show, feel free to email me. You go on my website and fill out the inquiry page, or you can email me at funkydineva at funkydineva.com. I would love to wear your pieces. Now, listen, let me be clear here. You're gonna have to send me pictures of the shit first, okay? And then I'm gonna have to see if I like it. Don't be sending me no old jackets and sweaters made out of poodle fur and expecting me to come on here and wear it. Send us some pictures of what you got. I send you my size. Send me the shit for free. I'm being like them Real Housewives, bitch. I don't want to pay for nothing. I'm finna leverage my celebrity. Give me some stuff for free. Okay, give me some free shit to put on, and I will gladly wear your pieces on this show because I'm about to run out of pieces. Okay, I'm about to run out of pieces, and I didn't go school shopping this year. So, fashion designers, now's the time. Make me some stuff, send me some stuff, create some stuff, hats, glasses, jewelry, and that's a great way for you to get your products in front of the audience, and you don't even have to pay to be on the show. Look at that. Also, guys, it's time for us to start buckling down with the cruise registration, y'all. Don't forget about the cruise. We are going to have a funky good time. If you have not already at least paid your deposit down for the cruise, if you have not paid your deposit down for the cruise, please go to funkydineva.com, click the link for the Funky Bunch getaway, and get ready to go on this cruise. We already finna go down there. One of the Spanish mommies called me today. She tried to get a head count so she could get a space down to the resort for our prostitution class. She said, I ain't even gonna go down that whole rabbit hole about prostitution, but we about to have a good time. And then for those of y'all who is nosy and y'all scared to be liberated women like us, y'all could just come on the cruise and watch us practice prostitution. If you ain't got no money to come to the DR to learn the class firsthand, just come on to the cruise and be nosy, and you'll get a free class. Because when I tell you I'm going to scrub my stuff on the boulevard all down to that Virgin Cruise, we are going to have an amazing good time. Amelia at Heart said it is her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Amelia. You have an infectious smile, and I can already tell you as a good woman, and you look like you know how to cook real good. You got your good church hairdo on over there. You got your classy base necklace around your neck. I could tell you one of the 92% that got you a good old job, Amelia. Amelia, thank you so much for being a member of the Funky Bunch, and I love you more for loving me. Happy birthday, Amelia at Heart. Mwah. All right, guys. So speaking of all that prostitution that we're going to do, I got a question for y'all. Is there something inherently wrong with watching porn? This was a question that I posted on my social media page today because I was on social media and something came across my thing. Oh, there was a guy that was a pastor. His porn name was Rocco. No, no, that's not who it was. Not Rocco Reed. Nevertheless, it was something that came across my page and started talking about pornography, and it was framing it as if it was something that was not good for people. And a lot of people made judgments saying, it's immoral, it's not right, touching yourself is not right. It was a very interesting conversation. If you guys go on my page and check out some of the comments, it'll give you something to think about. I will say this: you guys enlightened me a lot because a lot of people put in the comments, anything in moderation is fine, and that's what the general consensus was. But a lot of people were saying, watching porn can create unrealistic expectations in the bedroom and cause men to, do harm to women or treat them any type of way. And I want to spend a moment and harp on the desensitization of the bedroom. This is the first time that I had to take a personal self inventory of some of my bedroom practices and ask myself, did I learn that from watching adult entertainment? Um, and without getting too graphic and too vulgar here, there are some things that I like to do in the bedroom that deviate from just good old fashioned normal boring sex. I'm into role play. I'm into power dynamics. I'm into talking verbal. I'm into a lot of different things, and I'm not gonna lie. I think probably from watching some of that stuff is what started giving me that type of imagination and kind of pushing my own personal boundaries as to where I want to go when I am doing the do with somebody. And then, I have had experiences in life that, then you interact with somebody that just wants to do it, the traditional way, the quick and easy way. And then I found that to be boring. And so I'm going to spend some more time with my own self this weekend, just, you know, dissecting that. But I definitely do believe, now that I'm being forced to think about it, that watching porn has probably planted seeds in my head that have allowed me to push my limits in the bedroom. So it's a very interesting thing. But um, I just wanted to bring that up to see how y'all feel. Now, there was somebody in my comments that said uh, pleasuring yourself was immoral. And I feel a way about that. Let me ask a question before we move on. How many of you guys feel like having me time is immoral or that it's wrong? Put me in the chat if you think, touching yourself, pleasuring yourself is wrong. I had never heard that. And it was a black woman, as a matter of fact, that was like, it's immoral to touch yourself, and it's lustful and all these different things. And I was like, girl, well, not that I already don't have enough on my credit report to send me to hell, but if that's gonna be the straw that broke the camel's back, then bitch, I'm going to hell. Because if I'm being perfectly honest with you, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, because we all family and this is a safe space, I honestly feel more times than not, I'd rather just pleasure myself than the act of sex with somebody else. It take too much damn work. It take too much work. I know what I want to think about. I know how to get myself off, and I can be done with this in 3 minutes versus all this revving up the engine and all this other stuff that I got to do over here. And I'm trying to save my energy for prostitution, honey. Okay. If I'm gonna be revving up my energy and doing all this huffing and puffing, it need to be a check involved. All right, moving right along, guys. I already told y'all that I was not going to be digging in and out of all that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B stuff because it's just way above my pay grade and my age. But there was something that I stumbled upon right when I was getting ready to come on the show, and I had to go rearrange the whole show. to put this one clip in, and I'm going to speak to this because I see what Nicki is doing and I don't like it. The Dear Black Women thing, it stood out to me. I mean, it's glaringly just jumped out at me, and y'all probably already can sense what rabbit hole I'm about to go down with this whole thing. So she said, Dear Black women, I can guarantee you that hoe will never ever get on my net and discuss another black baby again. I can guarantee you that hoe will never ever call black women roaches and monkeys again. Someone had to do it. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to tell you what I don't like about this. Um, and let me preface by saying I am aware that at some point in time, Cardi B, made some type of comments that people can interpret as being colorist or digs at black women, so on and so forth. I'm perfectly aware of this. I don't like this because they do it to me all the time. Cardi B is not having a black woman problem right now. Cardi B is having a Nicki Minaj problem. Cardi B was not talking about black babies. Cardi B was talking about yo baby. This is your beef, Nicki. This is not black women's beef. And there was somewhere along, at least when it first started happening to me, was shortly after we coined the term black girl magic. And in the media, we started seeing all these things, black women coming together and black women coalescing and black women forming camaraderie. And it became this big, powerful sisterhood. Yay, I'm excited. I'm happy. I love it. That's great for y'all. And y'all should be moving as a collective unit. But what I don't like is when people try to infuriate the masses by calling, hey, black women, look, black women, it's time for us to march. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Nicki, you are looking very desperate, in my opinion, at this time. Again, I don't know the ins and outs, but from where I sit, it feels like, in this particular instance, you started this stuff with this girl. And now you trying to make it a black women thing. I just don't like when people do this because they do it to me all the time. I could be beefing with one person and I can call this person something, and then all of a sudden it becomes, he talking about black women. This is not a black women thing. And somebody put in the comments, she called her baby a monkey, and when you go low, we go to hell. And she called her baby a monkey. She called her baby a monkey. That's just my 2 cents on it. This is not a black women thing, Nicki. Now all of a sudden, and it's giving desperate. It's giving, I'm losing. So now I need to call in the troops. Now, and I hate when people do that. Don't try to corral all of us to help you jump this girl. It's for some shit that you started. Like, don't do that. It's a failed incendiary attempt to provoke us. We see you. And again, so there's some debate in the chat right now over who started it. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn who started it. This is still not a black woman problem. This is still not unless I am missing something, which could be possible. I do not feel or believe that Cardi B has done anything where we need to rally all black women to cancel her. Again, I may be wrong, but I just saw that and it stood out to me. Moving right along, guys. I know we don't like this guy, but it is something worth mentioning. Elon Musk has become the first individual to reach a 500 billion net worth. $500 billion net worth. I mean, for whatever it's worth, politics aside, that is definitely something to be applauded. Congratulations. I'm assuming I guess Elon Musk was already the world's most richest man. But I will say this, after you get to a certain point, does this even matter? Because I imagine Elon got money should no longer be a driving force for him because he has so much of it. There is legitimately nothing that he can't buy. And while I'm rich like this and not like this, I ain't double rich like this. I am pretty sure that there is a certain lifestyle that being a billionaire buys, but I'm also pretty sure that you cap out at some point. I am pretty sure the lifestyle at 2 billion is the same lifestyle at 500 billion. I mean, there's nothing else left to buy or whatever. And I guess that's probably why he's power hungry. Somebody said those are our tax dollars. Sure is. I wouldn't be surprised. Elon Musk got in there with that Doge shit, got all up in the Social Security system, finagled and did whatever he needed to do as he was promised by Donald Trump, siphoned off our damn money, and now he don't went and set his ass down. The only thing that I don't understand about Elon Musk and why sometimes I think it's important for people to come from humble beginnings is because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I had if I had 1/16th of that type of money, I literally would just go sit down. Y'all, I would be sleep every day. I really would. Let me tell y'all what I would be. I would be fat, sloppy, and sleep. And y'all think I'm playing. If I had that type of money, I would be fat, sloppy, and sleep. All I would do is eat and sleep and be on boats. That's literally I'm being very honest with y'all. I wouldn't give a damn what was going on in the world. I wouldn't give a damn about the world's problems. My ass would be somewhere with my damn feet up, me and all my friends and all my family. Like I just wouldn't care. I'd have been stopped working, honey. Y'all mess around and let my ass get 10 million. I'm done with you. Y'all can have all this shit, okay? Think I'm gonna keep coming in here to work. Think I'm gonna keep coming in here clocking in at 8 o'clock. Moving right along, guys, in our political
We all
corner.
come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles. Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
Let's stop attacking pedophiles. Do you guys think he misspoke in the moment, or do you think it's a Freudian slip? Coming off of all of this stuff with Epstein and the way we know some of them roll, the way we know how some of them roll, it could be possible that he possibly meant what he said. You know, I like to be a fair person, and I don't know, call me naive. I would like to think enough of Ted Cruz that to say he didn't mean to say that, but pedophile is a very specific word. Pedophile is a very specific word. It's very specific. That is not a word that's nowhere in my lexicon anywhere that I use on a regular basis. So for you to be going off on one of your rants and slide pedophile in right there, Ted Cruz, it's got us looking at you a little side-eyed, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Something else that's sad, guys. While they will vote for Donald Trump, and we, kind of laughed and kicked our feet up, and we were saying that, ICE really is not American black people problem. We did know that, maybe some people of African and Caribbean descent would get swept up in ICE. ICE don't made its way to the ghettos of Chicago. Take a look.
Woman who actually lives in this building, and she says she was detained by ICE agents overnight, and she says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no. I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl.
Yes, Ebony, honey. Ebony said the kids was out there very distraught. I love it. The kids was out there distraught. For those of y'all who didn't go to college like I did, distraught is a level above distraught. It's like distraught with distress, with duress. Distraught. She said the kids was very distraught, okay? There were just so many things wrong with this. First and foremost, when I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, some people ain't teach me shit about legal. But I of the belief that, you know, coming in there and just jamming people up under the guise of ICE and then running them to get warrants and to see if they got warrants, it's feeling like an overstepping of boundaries, and that's not y'all job and that's not what y'all supposed to do. Furthermore, I mean, since why is y'all bothering black people? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be funny, just straight up on some ignorant, stereotypical shit. If you look at somebody that looks like me and has an American accent, 9 times out of 10, they are not an immigrant. Now, if you would have told me that they were in a Jamaican neighborhood or Caribbean neighborhood, that wouldn't make it any better. However, that could make a little more sense. Why is ICE bothering black people in this building, locking up parents and locking up kids and all this type of stuff? Y'all, we are living in Nazi Germany. And the unfortunate thing is, like, it feels as if there is no recourse for what it is that happened to those people. I'm going to need Ben Crump or somebody to get involved, because it feels like somebody's superior should be able to get fired as a result of a raid like this. And then in Chicago, I haven't been following this too closely, but I find it being in Chicago very interesting because Trump was already interested in infiltrating DC, Chicago, Oakland, and all of these other places. Y'all already know every time a white person, every time the dog's down there barking, every time a white person wants to make some type of argument about black on black crime, they always bring out, what about Chicago? What about Chicago? So all of this is feeling very intentional as it relates to ICE being there. John Henry said they claim Venezuelan gang was there. Well, the Venezuelan gang damn sure didn't look like them destroyed kids, and damn sure didn't look like Miss Ebony that spoke, and damn sure didn't look like the other black woman that spoke down to the beginning and had them doggone kids out there destroyed. All right, guys. So moving on, and we were talking about calling people kids monkeys. I got to get y'all take on this. As part of a happy birthday song at a school, a teacher referred to a black student as a little monkey in the zoo. I'm going to let now, but before y'all get upset, we're going to look at this video and then we're going to let y'all judge. Take a look.
I'm sick.
You're sick. Can we sing happy birthday to you? All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear legend. Happy birthday to you. Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey, and you smell like one, too. Woo!
All right. So what y'all think? Um, I don't see much wrong. I see perhaps a lack of some cultural awareness, but a lot of people were in the comments of the video saying that that was a song that was in Madagascar or whatever. Um, there was a quote I'm going to give y'all that changed my life, and I just learned this quote about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it has forever changed me. And it said, don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. Don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. And then, the person went on to say, essentially, it'll save you a lot more heartache if you, begin to attribute a lot of things to incompetence. I don't know. There is a part of me that feels like in 2025, that, you know, all white people are aware that black people are, in the history behind calling black people monkeys. So we got Ornelia Renee said, we actually sing that version all the time in the Caribbean. All right. So, there's an argument to be made that it's a song that's common amongst some groups of people. Um, I don't know what to feel about it. I think professionally, I think that probably, just to err on the safe side, all white educators should probably just stray away from referring to children as monkeys, white, black, green, or indifferent. Um, the song takes on a different meaning. I just don't know, guy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess that's gonna be my answer in this situation. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you remove the racial component from it, it's just a cute little song, right? And if you sang that song amongst a group of all white children, it's just a cute little song. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it through that lens, but if you want to look at it through, the trauma of black people lens, then it's like, and so I don't know. I guess in these days and times, an argument could be made that she was trying to be slick and slide it in there. An argument could be made that she's just a, ambivalent, white woman in school singing a song that would be common. I don't know what to feel in this situation, to be right honest. But a lot of people are saying the song is old, and it's just white ignorance. So I don't know. I'll let y'all parents fight it out, but I wanted to share that with y'all to get y'all's thoughts on the situation. Moving right along, Georgia Southern University um did an unveiling of who their homecoming artist is going to be, and the crowd had a very peculiar reaction when they said that the artist would be none other than Rasheeda. Take a listen.
Homecoming artist is Rasheeda.
Um, y'all are some very mean people. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. Now, listen, I have not seen the official flyer for the Georgia Southern homecoming, and I am willing to bet that this was just a gag and that probably shortly after this, they revealed who the real artist would be. Praise the Lord that Rasheeda is extremely successful and she's found other avenues to live a very privileged and a very comfortable life, because the way that y'all sit on the internet and poke fun at this lady's musical career, it would really have me laying on somebody's couch and having to be prescribed pills, especially when rap is this woman's claim to fame. That's what she does. That's how we know her as a celebrity. And y'all have single-handedly just told this lady to her face that essentially your career is a joke. It's really mean. It is really, really mean. And I'm going to tell y'all something, being in this space, like, it's all fine and well. You're a public person, you're a celebrity, and people are going to say things and so on and so forth. But people are still human. And I just know that, like, if people were clowning me in mass about what I do, um, it would bother me. It would affect me. It would hurt my feelings. It really would hurt my feelings. Like, if the internet made a unanimous decision, if the Shandy said, "Funky, stop it," you laughing at it too. No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. I am laughing because it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn. Anyway, that was that on that, y'all. Let's see what we got. Oh, forget, if y'all want to get a double dose of me, I'll be on the Shade Room tonight. My segment's at 9 o'clock on the Shade Room's YouTube, so we probably gonna end over here at 8:50, and then y'all can go on over there to the Shade Room's YouTube if y'all want to go check out what they've got going on over there. Just a quick FYI. Let's move on really quickly so we can power through some of these topics to Diddy. Diddy's legal team responds to the 11-year sentence recommendation. So the lawyers are clapping back at the government after prosecutors pushed for an 11-year sentence. In court documents, his team accused the feds of going to extreme lengths by rehashing evidence the jury already rejected and even trying to make it seem like he was guilty of charges that he was acquitted for or never even faced. They say the prosecutors are labeling people as victims who had nothing to do with the Mann Act conviction and even dragged back witnesses they themselves dropped mid Diddy's trial. Lawyers urge the government is basically trying to turn his case into something it's not, painting it like a rape and sexual assault case to push for a draconian punishment. According to them, this is all strategy. Prosecutors allegedly know the judge won't go for the extreme ask, but they hope to sway the court into giving Diddy way more time than is necessary. Well, you can't ever get mad at people for doing their job, right? It's a negotiation, as with anything. We give him 11 and hope that he gets 3, or we ask for 11 and hope that he gets 5, or we give him 11 and hope that he gets 2. Let me ask y'all a question. How much time, y'all drop down in the chat really quickly, let's take a poll. How much time do y'all think Diddy is going to get? My spirit is telling me 3.5 with time served. That's what my spirit is telling me. My spirit is telling me 3.5 years with time served. What do y'all think Diddy is going to get? And let's see what the people say as the comments start to chime in. So a lot of people are saying 5. I think 5 is good. A lot of people are saying that they think 5 years is good. Some are saying 3 to 7. Tashika said 4. Quita Hall said 5 to 7. Kirby Jersey K said 2. Lucy James said 2. Aunt Nika said 7. April Holland said 3 to 4. TJ said 6 with time served. So it's looking like all of those numbers that everybody's screaming out, it looks like it's averaging about 4, based on what everybody in the Funky Bunch is saying. But somebody else had something to say about how much time he should get, and it was 50 Cent. So 50 Cent continues to troll Diddy. He pens a mock letter to the judge ahead of the sentencing. Listen to what 50 ignorant ass had to say. In what appears to be a mock letter to Judge Submarinian, 50 touched on his long-running feud with Diddy, writing, "He is very dangerous. Multiple times I have feared for my life." 50's post comes just one day before Diddy's sentencing is scheduled for Friday, October 3rd. The record exec was ultimately found guilty of 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. His legal team is seeking a 14-month sentence, roughly equal to the time he's already served, while prosecutors are pushing for just over 11. 50 is seemingly sliding with the prosecution, continuing in his letter, "I think you should consider the safety of the general public, Your Honor, before unleashing him upon them." He adds, "Diddy is only going to return to hiring more male sex workers and keeping most of the baby oil away from the general public and babies needed." 50 Cent has got to be the most petty SOB on this planet, and sometimes we absolutely love it. So shouts out to 50 Cent. Have y'all ever just wanted to go the hell off on y'all supervisor and y'all boss and just cuss their ass out down to the ground? I'm pretty sure we've all felt that way. Well, this young lady down to the Kroger, she didn't go to her car and cool off like the rest of us do. She didn't go to the break room and take a 15-minute break. She went straight to the PA system and wore their ass out, all in front of capacity on their loudspeaker. Take a listen. I can do whatever I want to do. And that's why she told Sylvia, well, if you could do whatever you want to do, get you another doggone wig. And Sylvia, while you at it, not only get you a wig, you need to go get you some Afro Unicorn. Go to afrounicorn.com and use promo code FUNKY25 for your hair care needs. As a matter of fact, Sylvia, if y'all can find Sylvia people to email me, I can probably ask April Showers if she'll just send Sylvia a box. I'm pretty sure I could get April to just send Sylvia a box. So Sylvia, the worker don't already let us know that you have a hair problem. And because I am in relationship with April Showers over at Afro Unicorn, I'm not even going to make you go to the website. Sylvia, if you get in contact with me, I will make sure to it that April Showers of Afro Unicorn send you a box of their finest products. And then that way you don't even have to use the code. And y'all are so ignorant because y'all are in the chat around here talking about play it again. And I'm going to tell y'all what's the worst part about this. The worst part, so let me back up. Here is what I have learned from being a social media influencer. The level of personal embarrassment that I'm able to withstand is a lot higher than the average everyday person. All right. My threshold for being able to endure public embarrassment is much higher. The average person cannot withstand this type of embarrassment. And then now the whole city is going to know which Kroger that is, and everybody's going to be looking out for Sylvia. And everybody in the job is gossiping and laughing and passing that video around and is laughing at Sylvia. And I just feel bad for Sylvia because Sylvia's somewhere probably about to have a doggone crisis because she said, baby, these $17.50 an hour that they paying me for being a supervisor is not worth all of this personal embarrassment. And y'all stop asking me to play this thing one more time. We are not going to play it one more time, but we're going to speak about somebody else that crashed out, y'all. Baby, Miss Mama went down to Little Ceasar and she tore up they shit over the $1 that they tried to charge her for extra sauce. She caused $1,000 worth of damage because they tried to charge her $1 for extra sauce, guys. Police said Brianna Haynes completely lost it at a Louisville Little Caesar after being told extra sauce will cost $1. According to reports, she knocked items, including the cash register, off the counter, causing more than $1,000 in damage. The incident happened back in January, but she was just arrested last week on criminal mischief charges. Oh God. Listen, guys. These days and time, everybody is so quick to want to crash out, but y'all gotta make sure that the benefits of the crash out outweigh the punishment. Like, if you was bitching over the dollar, then you damn sure gonna be bitching over bail money and fines. I mean, $1, and I ain't gonna count nobody pockets, but crashing out over $1 is indicative of something much larger. Looking at her eyes, she probably was crying when this picture was taken. I don't know. This girl was probably going through something else. Some personal issues. I ain't gonna laugh at her, but we got to be careful bothering folks, because to crash out over $1, it's just telling me that something much larger was going on, for her to lose it the way she did. And I feel bad for her. And speaking of losing it, guys, Dame Dash is about to lose it all. So Dame Dash's film rights and his business assets are headed to auction despite a $25 million bankruptcy filing. So Dame Dash is headed for another financial blow as a federal judge has approved the public auction of his assets despite his recent bankruptcy filings over $25 million in debt. According to All Hip Hop, Judge Robert LeBurger ruled that the creditor can move forward with selling assets tied to Dash's company, Poppington LLC. This includes film rights, copyrights, and other business holdings that were turned over to U.S. Marshals before its September 4th bankruptcy. Assignment is transfer of ownership. Assignment is a transfer of ownership, the judge wrote. Dash has provided no authority that would bar public auction of assets assigned to the U.S. Marshal before the bankruptcy. Guys, the auction is part of an ongoing legal battle between Dame Dash Entertainment financier Christopher Brown. Brown previously won an $850,000 judgment and an additional $4 million for defamation after Damon Dash made comments on the Earn Your Leisure podcast. Guys, could you imagine going on Earn Your Leisure, which is a great podcast? Shouts out to Bilal and all those boys over there. Could you imagine going over to Earn Your Leisure to discuss making money and money moves and all of these various things, and when you walk off the stage, you don't talk yourself into an additional $4 million in debt up against yourself, guys? And this completely explains part of why we just see what some of us would consider erratic behavior from Dame Dash as of recent. This is why Dame Dash, in my opinion, is always mad, grumpy, bitter, and easily excitable, because things are just collapsing all around him. Like, I'm not going to lie, if I had all of that going on, I would be grumpy and angry all the doggone time too. So, Dash, ugh. I mean, damn, Dame, I really don't know what to say for you in this moment, brother. We out here praying for you, and yeah. Anyway, guys, I hate to cut us a little short. It's 8:47, and I need to be in position for the Shade Room at 8:55. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on up off of here. But if y'all want to go on over to the Shade Room's YouTube page and catch the segment that I'm doing over there, now would be the perfect time for you to go to the bathroom, go catch a little snack, and my segment starts at 9 p.m. over there on the Shade Room. Thank y'all, and good night. Bye.